beast! Ah!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage filmography podcast. I'm Elizabeth.
And I am Megs.
And this week we watched the god-awful Never on Tuesday from 1988. It stars Andrew Lauer, Peter Berg, and Claudia Christensen. It also has cameos by Nick Cage, Cary Elwes, Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, and Judd Nelson.
And Gilbert Gottfried. Who all, by the way, are uncredited in this film and have much bigger careers than the people that starred in it, which is just kind of funny.
Yeah, let's remember, this is 1988. All right? The Princess Bride has already come out. Cary Elwes should not be doing this movie.
Nope.
Judd Nelson this is like the nadir of his career. It's on the downswing. He shouldn't be in this goddamn movie. Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen have no right being in this movie, and Nicolas goddamn Cage has no right being in this movie. What else had he done by 1988? Let's take a look.
Raising Arizona.
Peggy Sue Got Married.
Yeah.
The Cotton Club. Rumblefish. And Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, tons of shit.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's just get into it. Matt and Eddie leave Ohio for Los Angeles because they are obsessed with girls and want to meet some free-spirited girls from Cali. On a desert highway, the boys are messing around and not paying attention and end up in a collision with a young woman driving a red VW Bug. Her name is Tuesday, and she's going to New York for a job. The cars are stuck together and they won't start. A man with a giant nose and a red sports car stops and asks if they need help, but he's very weird, and the boys and Tuesday decline and he drives off. That man is Nicolas Cage. After some arguments and mansplaining, the group is able to push the cars off the road while they wait for another vehicle for help. Matt and Eddie have made very clear that they think Tuesday is pretty and they want her. She tells them she's a lesbian. A little while later, another car pulls up with a salesman, Gilbert Gottfried, who sells 4-in-1 brushes, a toothbrush, lint brush, hairbrush, and dog brush in one. Matt falls for it and buys one. The salesman leaves them on the side of the road. The three change clothes. They play football in the desert and then talk about how they lost their virginity and tell ghost stories that night. The next day, out of food and water, the group is a little grumpy. Matt is convinced that they're going to die in the desert, and Eddie accidentally admits he's not dying a virgin to calm Matt down, and then Matt and Tuesday make fun of him. Everyone separates after that for a few hours. Just when the group is starting to get along again, here comes another car, a black muscle car, and the driver isn't there to help them. This is Charlie Sheen. He takes Matt hostage very quickly with a butterfly knife. Eddie offers the guy his money, which he takes, and it keeps Matt at knife point while Eddie and Tuesday empty their wallets and their cars of valuables, including Tuesday's professional camera for work, before leaving. Matt is no longer afraid of dying and says maybe they should start walking. They'll probably die either way, but at least they'll keep some dignity if they try. Eddie and Tuesday agree. Just as they start down the road, a motorcycle cop, played by Judd Nelson, pulls up behind them. He's also very weird and ends up threatening Matt with his gun before he throws Tuesday a cold Pepsi and says he'll call them a tow and drives off. Two tow trucks arrive, one driven by Emilio Estevez, one driven by Cary Elwes. Tuesday goes in one, the boys go in the other. Tuesday kisses both guys on the mouth and gives them both huge hugs. She promises never to forget them. As the trucks pull onto the highway going in opposite directions, Tuesday and the guys stare at each other in the rearview mirrors. The trucks drive off. The end. Megan.
Yeah.
Tell me, pray tell, what did you think of this movie?
I think it's horrible.
Oh, good. I agree.
I think it is better than I had expected it to be, just off the content that you're given in the summary and the synopsis, on IMDB and Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, okay, this is going to be a huge snooze fest. I was a little bit intrigued by some of the dialect between them, some of the conversation, because the thing that makes this movie so gross and stupid is that these two boys are young adults. They're maybe 20, 21, and they're just obsessed with girls. This girl has told them, and it's not a ruse, folks. She's gay. Like, she's going to New York to be a photographer. Her girlfriend, Rachel, is already there. She is a model. They work together. It's not like she's just trying to, like, turn them off of her. But the entire movie, Eddie's entire motivation is to turn her straight. Even when she's explained all of the nuances of being in her relationship, how it's incredibly normal for her to be the kind of person that she is. And he keeps telling Matt that he's going to quote unquote convert them. And they both have gross dreams about having sex with her when they're either asleep or staring off into the distance. And it just makes all of the good conversation that they have terrible.
Yeah.
It's
And
not worth it.
Gross is the right word for it. That is the first note that I wrote in my notebook. This movie is gross.
This movie is gross.
Because I get that it's the 80s and maybe there wasn't such an understanding back then of, you know, gay and lesbian.
Sure, fine. We'll give it that caveat.
Right? But this belief that all men in the 80s have, that all you need to do is just give her a good deep dickin' and she'll turn from lesbian to straight.
Yep, she just hasn't met the right man yet.
That's all it is.
Like, it's all it is. And, like, it's, like at the end of the movie, like, you kind of, like, I don't know about you, but for me, I ended up being, like, a little bit sad for Tuesday because she made this, to her, great connection with these two boys. And she's never going to forget this time because she feels like she reached them. She feels like she made a genuine, honest, like, connection to them as human beings. Well, at the same time, the two of them may be feeling something towards her that's a little bit deeper than, like, surface level. But at the same time, she's very much still 100% just a sexual object.
Yeah, and so when she kisses them at the end, I didn't think it was sweet. I thought it was trauma bonding.
Yeah. That's what it felt like to me, too. It was either trauma bonding, well, combination, I think, of trauma bonding and then trying to show up in front of the two tow truck guys so they would maybe leave her alone, I guess. I don't know. Because this had been a thing, like, every person that stopped to talk to them, like, oh, it's just the three of you, like, two guys and one girl, that's weird. It's not some sexy surprise, guys. They had a car crash in the middle of the desert on a highway and they're stranded. It's just, I don't know. This movie is gross. I don't like it.
And you couldn't make it today because of cell phones. But yep. I actually have driven cross country, and I was like, this film was my nightmare scenario when I was driving cross country. That I was going to break down in the fucking desert with some weirdo, and you would just be stranded there.
Yeah, and it won't be like a couple of young guys that are like, you know, cute and fun and like we'll play football with you and tell ghost stories even though they want to get into your pants. Like it could be horrible people that you could break down on the road with. Like, right. I don't know. It's just, this movie is not good. And even like, I don't know because Peter Berg is kind of a big producer director guy. Yeah. He doesn't do a whole lot of acting, but I don't know if he's just like friends with all of these people. That ended up cameoing.
The director had to have been friends with these people. Or they did it for cocaine. There's nobody got a paycheck out of this. They're all uncredited.
Yeah, they are. I do know that the executive producer for the film is Cary Elwes, who is the brother of Cary Elwes. So I'm sure that like there is a favor there somewhere, right? At least one. But I mean, I would imagine that all of these people...
Cary Elwes has a brother named Cassian?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
I guess. I mean, they're British. I mean, they named their one son Cary and they named their other son Cassian. I mean...
Not a Benedict amongst them.
Nope.
So let's talk about Nick Cage, because I sent you a text message after I watched this movie last night. I was absolutely certain that he didn't even show up in this fucking movie, and I had to go look it up. He is the driver of the red Ferrari, but he's got a haircut.
It's like a bowl cut.
It's like a bowl cut, but he's got that that receding hairline even in 88.
And it's a side part.
So it's a side part that goes halfway back his head. and then it flops over on either side.
Yeah.
And it's, oh God, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It reminded me of the villain from No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely what he looked like. That's because Javier Bardem has that nose, and they gave him this prosthetic in this movie
So
that is like a mile fucking
nose.
long.
Let's talk about the nose, because it is... I completely missed that this was Nick Cage, which may mean that this is the greatest performance he's ever given. You know he did this. He chose this himself. The nose is clearly a prosthetic and goes so far off his face. It's like, and it's pointy. It's like a fucking sundial. He could lay down and tell you what time it is.
Oh, yeah. And it's definitely that symmetrical as well. Like, that's such a good word for it. It absolutely looks like a sundial. Like, you know what else it reminds me of? You remember Beetlejuice?
Not really.
The original Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton? There's a scene where they're trying to get the family that's moved into their house out. And so they decide that they're going to, like, make their faces look all weird.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Alec Baldwin pulls his nose really far out. And that's, like, kind of what it looks like. It's just not as exaggerated. But it's, like, it's not a real nose. And, like, you sent me that text message, and I was like, oh, crap, I'm about to put this on. So I just need to keep an eye out for a guy with a really big nose. And then he was the very first person that stopped. And I was like, I wouldn't get in that guy's car either. The fuck?
No.
Absolutely not. Why did he even stop?
Well, he was being a good Samaritan. He gets out and he asks, is anyone injured?
Yeah.
Nick Cage is also doing a voice in this.
Yeah, it is a voice.
And Peter Berg, Matt, is he Matt or is he?
He's Eddie.
He's Eddie. Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie is like, no, man, we've got it all handled. And he's given him this, like, okay hand gesture that's like, we're gonna gang rape this bitch.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. And of course, his character being as creepy as he is totally fine with that happening. Wouldn't want to stop and save a woman in distress, stranded in the desert on the highway with two random dudes. This movie's fucking gross. I'm sorry. Like, it's just so gross. And, like, even the cameos are, like, so weird.
And, like
the only one that felt normal to me was Gilbert Gottfried. I'm like, right. Okay, he's basically being himself.
Charlie Sheen also puts on some prosthetics. He's got a giant scar that goes from his forehead down to his mouth on the left side of his face. And his left eye is, like, white.
Yeah, and milky looking and gross.
And Cary Elwes didn't look like Cary Elwes.
He didn't.
Judd Nelson is rocking a fucking mustache from the 70s.
Oh my God. At the beginning, though, did it look like when his character first came on, we see him pull over? As we get the first view of him, it's a side profile of the right side of his face. And it looks like, I guess he's probably just, like, petting his mustache, but it looks like he's trying to keep it stuck to his face.
Yes.
Like... Okay, like, are you a fake cop? Is that a fake mustache? Is it just really, really bad makeup work on the set? Like, that's possible. There was also one point where, like, he's about to leave Judd Nelson on his motorcycle. Like, this is just after he's fake held Matt with his gun. Like, ha ha ha, like, I'm just messing with you. Like, get back from my vehicle, get back from the bike. And, like, it gets to a point where, like, Matt's character turns around, like, his back is away from him with his hands in the air, and Eddie's character is facing the cop with his hands in the air, and, like, he can't stop the smile that's on his face, and, like, they didn't try to re-edit or cut that at all, which, I don't know. This movie is so poorly made. It had quite clearly no budget whatsoever, maybe $5, and a bunch of friends that decided to come and hang out on a highway in the desert for a bit.
What would we rate this movie, Megan?
It's an F, Elizabeth.
It is.
This movie is nowhere near a D. Like, it's so far away from being even a D. It's so bad.
What do we rate the caginess of it? Because he is giving a performance.
He is giving an actual performance here. It is very short-lived. I would probably give it a C because it's a very short duration. There's not a whole lot of space for him to really show what his character is doing.
And I don't like the choices he made with that character. The nose
hair
is so distracting. The hair is so bad. The voice.
Like, at one point, he throws his head back to laugh, and I could see up his fucking nostrils.
Yeah.
No. I'll give him a C. I feel like that's generous, though. I mean, it is a performance, and it's not... His character is terrible, but he's not... There's not an opportunity for him to be good or terrible. So, like, I'm just basing it there.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. God, This movie was terrible. Jesus Christ, that nose.
If you enjoy watching the bad ones, folks, you can find Never on Tuesday in full HD glory on YouTube for free because no one loves this movie enough to claim its copyright.
It's so bad, folks. There's supposed to be ads. There's, like, at least when I was watching it last night, there were supposed to be, like, 7 or 8 ad breaks. It didn't break once. It doesn't even want advertising money for this fucking film on YouTube. It's bad. It's very bad. I actually am considering whether or not we should score this as jujitsu.
I feel like we should find the writer-director and sue him for our time back.
Yeah, Adam Rifkin, why would you write and direct such a piece of shit? Fucking rude, brother.
All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for us this week. As always, we are on Instagram at NotTheBeesPod. We are on all of your podcasting apps, including YouTube at NotTheBeesPod. We are on Patreon, if you love us enough to kick us a few bucks, at NotTheBees. Otherwise, that's going to do it for us this week. I've been Elizabeth.
And I've been Megs.
And we'll see you next time, kids.